welcome Mo Audi Mitchell and Ms. Romano.
Aloha Maia Kako Kakahia Pau greetings to all of us here. I'm Auli Mitchell, Kumuhula Palau Iva here on the island of Oahu. You know, it was over 40 years ago, as a young student under my mother, Kumuhula, Harriet Ana Mitchell, in California, that I first heard of the hula ki'i. And as a young student under my kumu, she challenged me to go find the true story. So that very summer, we were taken to the Bishop Museum to meet my auntie Patience Bacon. And she took us to the archives, and there's where I first laid my eyes on the hula ki'i. 3 amazing ki'i, which are still there today, which was sold to the Bishop Museum in the early 1900s by the master kumu hula ki'i, Pa'akaula. Very much a family made of vili wood. After leaving that amazing moment for me, she presented me a book called The Hula Ki'i by Catherine Wamalo. Very few documented sources on the hula ki'i. That book opened my life. It set a path. It took me to the United States, the Aina E, to the Smithsonian's Natural History Museum, where 6 more puppets laid, donated by Nathaniel B. Emerson, who wrote the book on unwritten literature of Hawaii. So these 6 puppets, when I got there, were pulled out of the curation drawers, and I literally saw breath. It took me. My mana felt their mana. They snatched me. They grabbed me. And I felt a deep desire to awamo kuleana, to carry this responsibility, to bring them alive again. So after that summer, I went back to California, did not have any native woods, so I was creative, innovative, and I decided to use paper mache to make my 3 first hula ki'i in the likeness of Pa'akaula's 3 ki'is at the Bishop Museum. I came home in 1988, and the early 1990s, I began to explore our nahelehele, our forest, and find the native woods that were soft enough to carve. The original wood would be the vili. It was quite endangered at that time and still today. So I found the hau, which is a very light wood as well, and began to carve and learn to carve through my dreams and through light. And then I started to teach the carving of the hula ki'i at the University of Hawaii's program, Napua no Iao, first to our youth, to our keiki. It was amazing because it allowed them to escape reality. It allowed them to put themselves in the place of the ki'i and be gone for that time. So also a way to introduce them to ki'i of the old, which was taken from us and taken to national and international museums around the world as savage curiosities. So introducing this to our youth first really awakened them. And for me, through the years, look at us, over 40 years later over here as a collective, coming together to preserve and perpetuate this amazing work in the realms of hula ki'i, and you'll see different levels here. For me, it's my freedom. It's my sovereignty, our practices. Omako ke ki'i is what I learned. We are the image. Omako ka pewa nohoi. We are the only ones that can repair ourselves from the cracks of society and the cracks that this occupation of the United States have left us. So through our practices, we must unite, and that way we can heal. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce 2 of my students, Napali Souza and Kumuhula from Maui, our dear friend Weopata, and Nalele Hua from Palau Hiva with me. These 3 took my class on the island of Maui. We had, I think, 2022, the Ike Kanaka exhibition at the MAC. I offered a workshop which The only one missing here is Kelly. So all three of them were together, Pilina, and spent the weekend, very little sleep, and produced what you see here today. They do for you a mele hula ki'i known as Ui o Mavi. It is a hula ki'i that speaks about an ancient chief on the island of Maui by the name of Vevehiloa. And in this story features his granddaughter, Vevehi, beautiful Vevehi, perfect in form. And the kahuna kalaiva'a, or the master canoe builder, Mavi, one of the many characters portrayed in Hawaiian story by the great demigod Maui. But this story uses powers of magical surgery applied to the puka kahiko, the invisible, definite pole. Tickle your thoughts. The death of the baby by and how to recognize and appreciate that we have every individual
Could you grab chairs and move them in the shade? That's
Great,
That's
thank
better.
you.
Yeah.
Kuleha, kuleha.